Hello, I just want to say quickly two things before this video gets started. Firstly, this video was filmed like 2 months ago at least. It was a while ago, and the event is no longer on, or the experience of the event, which is really unfortunate. And in the video I do reference like stopping watching the video and going and experience for yourself if you're interested, and like the video was meant to bring attention and interest to people so they could go experience it. I had intended to edit it and get it out as quick as possible. Completely forgot. So I do apologize for that. If you're from Australia or going to Australia soon, the DARKFIELD themselves are from Australia, so you should look into that as an option, but it is no longer happening here in Auckland. That's my bad, I'm sorry. Secondly, if you're looking for a video that's of the experience, this isn't it, because it's kind of hard to film the experience. This video is mostly me getting ready to go to the experience, talking about how I'm nervous, about how I don't know what to expect, and then it's me kind of coming home and reflecting and like talking about my experience there and how I thought, my thoughts and opinions on it, yada yada. Because the experience is a 3D audio immersive experience, it's headphones on, lights out, so even if I had filmed the experience, you wouldn't have gotten much, though you might have gotten people screaming, which could have been funny in a sense, but you know, that's kind of that. I just want to give a quick heads up before the video kicks off, and I hope you all enjoy. So yeah, good luck, bye bye. Look, I cleaned my mirror. It's still a bit dirty, but like you can still see this stuff here, but the top half looks way better. We're going to SÉANCE today, so that's exciting. I actually have like 40 minutes to get ready. This is about the third outfit I've tried on today. Because I was gonna wear that skirt. But I don't know. It like kept looking like it was gonna rain, so I was gonna wear a hoodie, but I didn't want to wear a hoodie. Somehow I ended up in this, but I'm gonna wear my jacket, which is back there. And I'm gonna wear the full tights, I think, today, so I've just been like, I'm here to do my hair though, so. And see if you can sit here whilst I do this. Oh, that's a terrible angle, isn't it? It's also still not a great angle. And there's all the way back there. Oh, you gotta. It's home now. I need something over here apparently. But I don't think I'll be able to do the bed trick this time because of where I'm sitting. And if I sit slightly further, I mean, I guess I can. I could also. You were touching my hair. So I'm gonna try and angle this so you can see the mirror. So I'm gonna go sit over there. I mean, it's probably good enough. I should turn this right now. I had a shower this morning and I blow dried my hair without too much effort for the consideration of I could have just like straightened it with the hairdryer, but I'm gonna straighten it so yeah, no. They're not Dyson's though, so don't come for me. I ain't that rich. I ain't rich at all, I'm in fact quite poor. Okay, I should put that back in the house. I was doing a bit of cleaning. There's a lot of stuff on my floor that I need to finally deal with, and I've just been procrastinating because I have a new thing here, which you haven't seen yet. Which you might, well, I don't know if I accidentally flashed it to you. Oh, that was terribly done. Yeah, I've got new furniture. It's new old furniture. It's my sister's old furniture. As a placeholder until I find something I want to put them. Outside. I'm just holding a very expensive waste of space because I haven't used what's on it. Did not use it for its intended purpose and which I bought it for. And now it's just collecting dust, which is great. Oh god, I hate these bits. The most. I screwed up the bangs on this side so bad. But it's still not doing well. I feel like the longer it goes that I straighten my hair, the worse it I get. Like, I used to do this every day. How am I this bad at it? I feel when I was in high school I didn't have bangs. Maybe that's the problem. To be fair, I barely have bangs right now. Like, look at them. They need to be trimmed. They're so long now. Oh, there goes my stuff. Can you stop? Can you behave yourself? Is that the amount of care that I can give for this? Oh, yeah. What is this? No, fuck. This piece just like refuses to not be pointing out today. So I guess that's what we're doing today. It's not really Netflix today. I wonder if you can see that. Oh. You know why it's a problem, right? Because it looks like something that it's not. So yeah. They're knuckles. Oh, maybe I should have done under here. It's not gonna help anything, who cares? These have been living on my floor recently because... Oh, look how gross. This is why I hate... Oh, you actually can't see how gross it is. I hate these things because they pick so much shit up. I need to clean it. They've been living on my floor because I have no good, like, surfaces available currently because my room's just everywhere. To put this, so I have a metal tin to put it to cool down after using it. Metal tin that I keep just putting it on. And then I just forget to like put it away, so yeah, that's my life right now. How's yours? Hair is everywhere. I'm not gonna wear eyeliner because I still don't have makeup wet. Oh, look, you can kind of see the purple. This is like the only place it held. It's kind of washed out a bit, but it completely toned my hair where the pink / orange or whatever the fuck colour it was toning had really come out, which is pretty cool. Put it off also. This is the eyeliner I got. So it's dark blue liquid eyeliner on this end. Oh, you can kind of see the blue and the shimmering. It's a very cool colour. And then this end is a white chalk crayon, which I discovered is glittery because I glitter all of my face after using it, after trying it. So it'll be a good top and bottom, which will be fun for when I get makeup wipes because it is in fact waterproof. Very well. I washed my hands like 4 times and it didn't move, and I was like, please get off of me. So you know, there's no apples. I don't know how I did that, but I accidentally touched my tooth with it and now I'm upset. Like, there's a tooth. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Oh god, I hate this. That's fine. Yeah, it's just tinted lip balm. Oh, my least favorite part of the day. Trying to get this to you and don't look trash. Oh, I mean, the mascara is I always do one eye like insanely well, and the second eye is always tragic. It's very skimpish amount, but I'm too scared to do anymore. I didn't almost fall over, you didn't see that. Because of whatever this is, I'm not putting a necklace on. I don't think I burnt myself. Maybe I did though. Maybe I touched myself with the street. I'm thinking about potentially wearing the white Converse to balance the black and white. Sometimes I'm gonna wear my full-length stockings. I won't put on there. I should put on normal socks though. What perfume am I gonna wear? I don't know. I'm thinking. Oh, we could do a bracelet then, actually. No, I was gonna do it in the reflection door. Why this again? Because it's cute and it's white. Alternatively, I have a little like black single braid, so it's kind of like that with a silver charm on it, which I would have worn. I think probably just these four. Because I will. How will I do it? How will I do it? This one. This one. And then just the middle, I guess. I don't mind it that way. So thumb for the moon. Don't look at my face. That one is infamously on the middle on this hand. It's just like the one spot. It just fits the best on that finger. Like, doesn't comfortably fit on this finger. Fits great on this finger. Is too loose on this finger. I don't understand how my thumbs work. How my fingers work. This one is also comfortably the most on this hand. And this one I alternate because I can fit it kind of anywhere. I really do like that one. I think that'll be earrings. I'm like, what earrings do I wear? I could wear silver or black. I don't think I have anything I can match with this purple though, which would have been convenient. Because I also don't think I have any just like straight white. I have snowmen, but that's Christmas. I might just wear the skeletons. Then. Yeah, because like these are too blue. There it is. These are too blue to match with the purple. But because I'm not wearing a necklace, I could wear something more interesting on my ears. But these aren't, because of the way my hair is. It's not like that exciting, you know. Up on the back, stuck crooked. Oh, get off, please, 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 please. Ow. Ow. Just squeeze my ears. I haven't put earrings in a while. Can you tell? I missed. There he is. See, they're not too extravagant because, like I said, my hair has them for the most part. I think it's only possible like 1:30. No, 12:30. I'm leaving at 1. So I might go get a snack. Glasses? No glasses. Ooh, that's a question. This is the black bracelet I was talking about. It's just a single band with a silver charm on it. And if you know what that charm is, we should be friends. Because that charm is like my identity. I'm kidding, it's not. I wish. Hold on. Oh, they're gold. It's the one time that I ever regret that my glasses are gold. Even though it unfortunately revealed a truth that gold suits me a bit too well for someone who only likes wearing silver accessories. So the glasses are fine. Come over here. Do we like them with the full... I don't know why I took a step back. You needed to take a step back. Full outfit glasses. No glasses. Glasses. I'm on the fence. And that's the problem with these, is like, I look great. I'm not gonna wear sunglasses because if you can't tell, the weather is tragic. You can't, it looks great for you. I'll probably wear them. Okay. I will peace. I'll be back in a bit though. The fit is now ready. Well, actually, I still need this bad boy. Okay. Give it to me. Impressed at how easy that was to do one-handed. I have to take photos. Based up. Yeah, basically. Apparently. Crazy though. Oh, the elevator's still there. I was on this floor, there's a child in here. Oh look, car park. Oh yeah, I've walked up these stairs as well. Oh, this way to Rocket Lift. What a great sign. They know. Huh. It looks like they took a photo and then... Oh, the price tag of it though. Yeah. So you don't want to walk past the rickety bridge? Why did they put that there? It leads the same spot. That's crazy. Yeah, the arcade's down there.
Yeah, it's all blocked down. So you can only go just there?
Yeah. And there's potentially still laser tag down there. So my question for you, are we just gonna ride it all the way up and then back to the school? Nice. I bet they're doing the same thing, because what is up there? I guess I could be going the cinemas, the cinemas upstairs. Does that fill you with confidence though? No, that you can see the mechanisms. It's 6 floors? What the fuck? Yeah, okay. Damn, okay, I love it. That's what I mean. They do appear to be leaving. It's been probably like over 5 years since I've been on this. I guess there's some stuff going there. Oh, it's the cinema, that's fine. I mean, I know. I don't even know what's up here. On the 8th floor. You've got someone to go for. Oh look, there's more machines outside. What floor do you think, so I guess. Why is this a screen? Oh. Hello, welcome back. I'm here to finish this video. It's actually been like 2 days, I think, since I went to the experience. Because we came back quite late. I think we came home at like 6. Our experience was at like 2:15. It was like the first one of the day, I think. And then we had guests over. And I also had like a splitting headache by the end of it, which I'll get into. And then the next day the headache was still persisting, so I didn't want to do it. And then today it kind of is still there, but I'm doing better, so you know. But I'm going to do this in a specific way. I'm going to give you a few disclaimers about the experience. I'm going to give you my overall rating and the ticket price to compare to my rating. And then if you want to do it, you can go do it. But if you don't, or if you don't live in an area where you can, I'm then going to explain the experience in a bit more detail. I didn't memorize the script line for line, so I can't tell you that much, but it'll be more about personally how I felt in it. So for disclaimers, you are locked inside of a shipping container, so if you're claustrophobic, it's a bit of a no-go. If you are scared of the dark, there's no light the whole experience. It's a 20-minute experience, so you're stuck in the dark for 20 minutes. Also, if you're no good with strangers in the dark, we were lucky enough during our experience where it wasn't a full booking, so each group could have like one seat between them. So it was me and my sister were right on the end of the left side, so it was her, no one next to her, me, and then we had a gap and there was another group next to us. So we were lucky enough for that, but your booking might be full, so do be aware that you will be in the dark for 20 minutes with total strangers, unless you come with a full group of people, which perfectly valid as well. Another disclaimer, if you're not good with noise cancelling, there are noise cancelling headphones that you wear, which is kind of why I ended up getting a headache by the end, because I'm personally not good with noise cancelling, which is something I didn't even think about when I booked it. But I still do think it was worth it, even though I suffered from a massive headache to the point where I was like face down on my bed by the end of the day because my head was throbbing. I was like, I need to get up and brush my teeth so I can go to bed. And then I woke up the next morning and anytime I moved my head was still throbbing. So it sucked afterwards, but like I still really enjoyed the experience, so it was worth it. Also, if they give a disclaimer, if you're pregnant, you have neck or back injuries, talk to them beforehand. It's not necessarily a no-go, but they do ask that you speak to them and they'll, you know, and there's a spoiler involved in that, which we'll talk about later. I think that's all for disclaimers. We went on the weekend, which is more expensive than going on weekdays, so for an adult we paid $25 a ticket each, so it's $25 a person. I think it's like $23 on weekdays. I don't know if they do kids. I think they do students are cheaper, like maybe under $20 for students. I really can't remember, because I didn't. Why would I look? Why would I do the information before making this video? I do personally think if you're into this sort of stuff, is a 10 out of 10 experience. Like, I'm tempted to go back and go with like a different group of people and take them through the experience. Take them as a weird statement, like just go with them and then talk about it afterwards, because you're alone technically in the experience. You're in a room full of people, but you're alone, you know. But no, I 100% would go back, so I think totally worth the price. It is probably a bit expensive, because given it is a 20-minute experience, but like, you don't have any concept of time in there, so who really cares? So that's my opinion, or my rating, and my kind of loose opinion on whether it's worth it. So if you're someone who lives in Auckland, I believe the experience is only for 1 or 2 more weeks, so go check it out if you want to. I believe it either ends like early June or mid-June. I can't remember to save my life right now, because why would I do research? That was like the reason we went this weekend, was because I knew it, and it ended in June. I just can't exactly remember when. It's an Australian company, DARKFIELD. They run in Australia. I don't know what times they run during, but I imagine if you're Australian, you'll be able to go more frequently than us, and there might even be different experiences. If you got a flight, feel free to let me know, because I'm kind of curious about it, but I also want to be able to get on a plane again after this without being scared, so I'm good without that in my life, you know? But so yeah, this is the point where if you want to go do it, please leave. Get out. I'm about to talk about things that would be a spoiler to you. If you're not interested in going and you're just curious about what it was like, or if you physically can't go and just want to live vicariously through me, here we go, I'm going to talk to you about it. So first and foremostly, when we go in, there's a table in the middle and then there's rows of chairs either side of this long table that goes the whole length of the shipping, well, the whole length of the shipping container. There was a bit of space at the end. They have these like really interesting Victorian era decorations, I guess. So like there's panels on the wall that are hideous for what you would expect of the Victorian era, and there's like some hanging lights. And then so you sit down and then like, you know, you pick up your headphones and they're like, there's no markings on them, so you just have to put them on and there's a sound that will go for like indicating each ear, and just make sure you have them on the right way, otherwise it ruins the experience, which I personally don't think it would. I think you could arguably do it either way. Well, I would probably ruin the experience. Okay, so the next thing is, in the beginning, when the recording starts and the experience has started, oh, actually, I'm going too fast. So you have one opportunity to opt out if you decide it's too much, and that's, they'll turn all the lights off, and you realise how dark it is, and you'll hear the noises in your headphones and go, oh, why am I doing this to myself? I'm going to turn the lights back on. And if you raise your hand, you can leave. If you don't, lights out again. Here we are, we're in for 20 minutes. It's kind of advised that you can't leave during the experience, but they're like, we're not going to trap you in here, so if you do get overwhelmed at any point, you can leave. I personally, when I realised about the noise cancelling halfway through, I was like, I mean, if I start feeling nauseous or anything, I can just take them off, recalibrate, and then go back in if I want to, or I can just sit in the dark by myself. Arguably worse, sitting in the dark alone with your thoughts. Joyful. But yeah, so the experience starts, and it's just a Victorian era seance, so there's a guy moderating, essentially. There's a room full of people, so like you hear him walking around all the people, like talking to people. It's very interesting, actually, because obviously it's 3D audio, so you know, you listen to him go all the way down there and all the way down there. And then my sister laughed, because she was right in the end, so she goes, when he was on this side, I was like, well, I know there's no one there, so you're talking to no one. I was like, so I'm ruining your own experience for you. And so at the beginning, he asks everyone to put their hands on the table, and he goes, you know, if at any point during this you remove your hands from the table, the ghost will be loose, whatever. And it's important that you do put your hands on the table, because the table moves. Like, you can feel the guy moving and, like, shit happening around you. Likewise with the chairs move. That's kind of why they ask, like, if you're pregnant or have injuries and stuff, like, because they probably turn that off. Don't really want to jiggle you around, right? And so it just kind of, like, simulates movement happening around you, especially in the beginning part. And then when it kicks off, so like the first half of it, maybe even the first well, I'd say first half of it is just him like talking to random people, whatever, walking around. And then it starts kicking off, and he's then going around, oh my god, he's going like, oh, were you the one who took your hands on the table? Just going to like everyone. And then the first like real big spook moment is, I would equate it to a marble hitting the floor, and it's really interesting because obviously you can't see it, so suddenly you just hear a marble roll and then onto the floor, and then there's another one. And that apparently really started my system when it first happened, and I was like, yeah, that's just classic horror movie stuff, right? And then obviously, I think it was like doors, or you'd hear chairs like being pushed around on like a wooden floor, you know, like the squeak sound they make, or chairs or tables, right? And so noises were kicking off, and this guy was going around frantically asking everyone if they were the ones who took their hands off the table. And the moment it fully kicks off, and like the final, I'd say final quarter, is he comes up to you right next to your ears and goes, was it you? Were you the one who took your hands off the table? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I came out of that experience, the only thing I could think of was, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? So, you know, try not to like have a laugh in the middle of it due to that moment. But it's tense enough, and then shit hits the fan, and basically a demon spawned, because that's all I can equate to all those sounds. There were a few sounds in there that I was sitting there going, what would that be in a room, you know? Like, they don't really set the scene of what this room looks like. And if you presume it looks like the room you're in, all the noises make no sense, because A, none of that furniture can move, and B, there isn't anything on the table. So I do personally think that there are some things that could be better for immersion, but you know, whatever. it was still a dope experience. But yeah, so he then does that, and he's like right in your ear, and he progressively gets more filled with saliva as he goes on during this final quarter, and it's like the grossest thing ever. I'm like, get your drippy mouth away from my ears, please. And then this is the thing I've been debating about whether I should say, because it's a massive spoiler, but if you've made it this far and you haven't decided to go, the spoiler doesn't mean anything to you, but if you have, please shut up. This is the greatest spoiler ever. Please shut up, please leave. Greatest spoiler ever. It gets to a point where basically it feels like you've been descended into hell, and what they do is your chair drops. It's the funniest thing ever. It only drops like a couple centimeters probably, because how else would they do it in there? But you visibly feel yourself drop and you go, oh my god. And then the noises change, and it's just like, you hear like growling as well at one point. It's very interesting. And then it ends with basically the guy saying that you'll like never be alone and this guy will always be with you, and then the lights turn back on. And you just go, what did I just experience? Where am I? And then I go, please leave. So we actually ended up, because we were right at the end, we got some pretty cool photos right at the end of like inside, so that was pretty cool. I personally am shocked, me and my sister were shocked that they didn't turn the lights on at any point during the experience. We were expecting a visual jump scare, and I think like going into it I was very nervous because I'm not like, well, I'm not necessarily easily scared in a very physical way. Like, I'm not the most jumpy person. I've never screamed at a jump scare. Like, my shoulders flinch, and that's probably like the most you'll ever get out of me if I get startled. But like, when I go home and go to bed, suddenly my mind's like, oh, but all those scary things, you know? So I was very nervous that I was going to come home and like not be able to sleep and just like be constantly thinking about it, you know? But I think because there was no visual stimulation, my brain like registered, oh, this isn't real, so who cares, right? So I do personally think that like, to make the experience better, they could start it with the lights on. You know, like when he's talking about, you know, put your hands on the table and he's going around talking to people, that you could just like have the lights on during that section, and then when things start kicking off, the lights could flicker and then go dead, which would 100% make so many people scream, by the way. It would be in just a haunted house at that point. But personally, I think that'd be more interesting, and if they had like more artifacts on the table, obviously because the table moves, they probably don't want to break anything, but you know, or like shelves around or something, just like to simulate like what all these other noises could be. I'm a very visual person, so comes with like the creative side of things, I guess, but I can also visualize things, but I also think I was shutting my brain off to that option as because it was spooky, and my brain's like, you don't need to be scared today. So they were kind of like shutting off the cogs of me actually like fully envisioning what was happening, but I did obviously still have like a vision of what this room looked like. And in my head, to be honest with you, I wasn't really thinking about what the physical room we were in looked like. In my head, I was seeing a room that had multiple tables with multiple groups of people, and this guy was walking around an entire room full of like 40 people, which probably wasn't at all the thought they had in mind when they created this. It probably was like how they designed it in the shipping container. But that's not where my head went based on like what I was hearing and experiencing myself, which is very interesting that you can make it a very individual experience. So once again, I do personally recommend it. If you're easily scared, I don't know, because like, as I said, like I have a very overactive imagination, which is why I was very tense and nervous to actually do it, but I was really excited because it was a very interesting, fun experience, right? My nose is going, oh my god, I'm getting sick, I think. And so I really wanted to go and do it, but yeah, right outside the shipping container, I was like, I hope I don't get nauseous, I hope I don't want to throw up, you know, like, please be fine. I was getting nervous about that sort of stuff, but yeah, I was actually really fine. It was a perfectly fine experience, and it was super fun. And I think the flight one, the lights stay on, which is pretty fun too. But yeah, so I do 100% recommend it. And it's kind of made me very interested in sound design again. So I did a sound course in university, and it kind of just reminded me of that. Some of the noises, I was like, oh, this is just like reminding me of my old school work, you know. And so yeah, I have a newfound interest maybe in sound design and like experiences like that. Not exactly like that, because I don't want to have to write a script and record lines for a seance. That doesn't seem overly appealing to me. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it. But yeah, we walked out. I felt blind because the sunlight was very bright after being in a dark container for 20 minutes. So do be warned of that as well, I guess. But yeah, it was a fun experience. I 100% would recommend it. I would also 100% do it again. I think the second time I would pay a lot more attention to just like some of the odd finer details. So like a couple times I got hung up on like listening to a certain noise because I was like, what is that? You know, it was bothering me. But you know, my sister also recommended, so like in it he goes around and asks people's names and then they give names. She said it'd be funny if like, because on the tickets you write your name on them, right? If they put like actual people's names like in the room in there. I was like, I mean, they 100% could, but also it sounds like a lot of effort. But also that could have been what they do. And they could have just picked a lot of generic names, right? And there 100% could have been someone in that room that had one of those names that would have probably been freaking out. I think the problem with that, though, is you would have to, you know, like, he walks away and asks people, so it's kind of weird, you know? So, like, you'd never, like, associate that person saying your name with you. Unless they made it, like, really funny and made them, like, walk over there and then come, like, to you to say your name. It'd be a very crazy experience. I also said it'd be funnier if they, like, at the end, you basically get singled out, and so once again, it's a very individual experience. But it'd be funnier if they specifically singled out one person in the room, so, like, everyone else had the same audio, but one person's audio was different. And then there was a massive jump scare for that one person at the end, but also I feel like they're not necessarily trying to be a haunted house, right? They're trying to have a audio experience, less of a visual experience, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I think it was a very interesting idea, and so I'm kind of curious how they ended up, like, coming up with this thought, you know, like the company itself, DARKFIELD. But, you know, 100% check it out. I think that's all I have to say. I rambled for 16 minutes about this. And now I have to go record videos, so peace. Thanks for watching. Do go check it out if you get the chance. Bye.